Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex here. Welcome back to another Fox Valley Conference picking video. And as per usual, we have 5 matchups, we have 1 crossover, and we have a game of the week. For this week, I'm not going to go over the crossover first because, spoiler alert, it is the game of the week this week. So I'm going to begin with McHenry 0-6 versus Crystal Lake South, who's 3-3. McHenry obviously came off a loss to Cary Grove, and it was a 42-point loss. I believe it was 63-21. Crystal Lake South also lost their game this time against Dundee Crown, and so I honestly think that South is going to win this game. It's not going to be close, even though South lost to Dundee Crown. I don't think their game against McHenry will be close. But yeah, it's going to be Gators' victory, not in a close one. Next game is Huntley versus Hampshire. Huntley is 4-2 and Hampshire is 0-6. And let's just say Hampshire will be 0-7 after tonight, because Huntley is going to come into Hampshire and they're gonna score a whole bunch of points on the Whippers. I have Huntley winning in not a very tight game, a very high scoring game. I think Huntley's going to be putting up a lot of points on the board. Next matchup is Dundee Crown, who's 3-3, who will be visiting Crystal Lake Central, who is 1-5. And I believe that Dundee Crown will have a lot of momentum coming into this game, especially getting the win against Crystal Lake South and taking South out of conference title hopes. And so I think that Dundee Crown will beat Central and get one step closer to the playoffs. Because of Dundee Crown's win against Crystal Lake South, as of right now, I think they'll make the playoffs, but we'll see what happens. Next matchup is Jacobs, who is 3-3, who will be visiting 6-0 Cary Grove. Jacobs, now I was explaining how they were losing a couple of key players, but they were still going to have a close game against Prairie Ridge. That ended up not being the case. Prairie Ridge scored 42 points on Jacobs, and the only time Jacobs scored was off of a safety. The final score was 42-2. That's pretty embarrassing, and especially considering they weren't able to score on Prairie Ridge's defense is a little bit concerning. So I think because Cary Grove has a much better defense than Prairie Ridge, that they will win in a shutout and give Jacobs their 4th loss of the season. Finally, we have the game of the week. We have Prairie Ridge, who will be visiting Waubonsie Valley. Both teams are 5-1, and I believe this is going to be a very interesting game. I do not know much about Waubonsie Valley, but I know that they played a lot of good schools, and their point differential is +1. I believe they've outscored opponents 118-117. So a lot of close games. Because of this, I think that Prairie Ridge is gonna win this game in a very close one. We'll see how their defense plays against Waubonsie Valley, but I think Prairie Ridge will win. Anyways, that is pretty much it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.